Once upon a time, there was a young basketball player who had dreams of becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time. 17 years old, with the hunger, the motivation, and a desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be.
I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
Sense of purpose. No, a sense of purpose was there ever since I was a kid. I knew exactly, I felt like I knew what God put me on this earth to do. It was play the game of basketball. I just loved it so much. And once I came to the NBA and I looked around, I saw other guys that weren't working as much as I was, then I started to understand that, how I went about it is hard work. To me, it was I just love what I do, so I want to do it as much as possible.
Now it's time to go in there and it's time to do some work.
Can I look inside and say, okay, what was the genesis for me? Who inspired me to get to this point? When I face adversity and I look at it as a challenge or an opportunity, where did that come from? Who did I learn that from?
Did you set goals when you started in the NBA? Did you have goals at that point? Certain things that you wanted to do?
Yeah, it was really simple for me at the time, which is win as many championships as possible. I want more. I want to learn this thing some more. There's got to be another level, And it was just beyond exciting. When I step on that basketball court, I become something else.
Coming off the court, what emotions were going through your head?
I was pissed and sad. Worked really hard to get to this point. I was pissed.
Kobe Bryant cannot continue.
Well, it's been tough, but when I have tough situations, I try to look at them as challenges. I don't look at them as something where it becomes a burden or something that's heavy on my shoulders. I look at it as a challenge. It's something that, it's just a puzzle that you have to figure out no matter what. And I've always had some of my best performances on the road. When fans boo, I absolutely love it. I thrive on it. They don't understand who I am. Not only am I comfortable being an outsider, that has become a source of motivation for me. So when I go to these places and you boo, it actually comforts me. Yeah.
Kobe Bryant knocks it down. Man, Kobe looks like he's on a mission tonight. Oh, Kobe's getting one of those nights going, folks.
It's bigger than just a game of basketball. It's really about finding out who you are as a person and what you can do, and knowing that you can go beyond what you believe your physical limitations or mental limitations are. Doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if I have a sprained ankle. The kid that's sitting in there might be the next me sitting up there, watching and trying to get inspiration from that. I need to go out there and play. Mental toughness really is, it's all about not getting too high or getting too low, but just kind of staying pretty even keel. I mean, that's kind of the trick to it, is not to get too emotionally attached to the situation. Welcome to the Kobe Show. Take 2. I don't know. I can't get my mind past the fact that I gotta wait a year to get revenge.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
To reach a certain level of success in any field that you're in, you have to have an ego that's going to say, I want to be the best. This is what's going to drive me, and come hell or high water, this needs to get done, and I need to be successful. I'm thinking about the next round.
Already?
Of course.
You got at least 5 days. Did you not enjoy it just a little?
I'm going to get close to the top of Mount Everest and just lay down and sleep for a week. I want you to perform at your absolute best. I want you to be great. I want you to maximize the potential and God-given abilities. It's a great feeling to know that you set a goal for yourself. You were able to reach that goal. It's not the bad. You can't just sit around expecting everybody just to give praise all the time. You gotta be able to take the good with the bad. It's a choice that you have to make. You can have friends and be buddy-buddy with everybody throughout the course of your career. Or you can choose to have a few enemies and decide to be great at what you do. That's a decision that everybody has to make at one point.
81-point game. One-on-one, isolated for the tie. He's got it.
If you want to make history, you have to do historic things.
It just depends on what your philosophy is. Like, I'm not sitting here saying my philosophy is the right way, right? It's my way.
What can I say? Mamba out.
First, when I retired from the game, I sat there asking kind of all the wrong questions. What's the biggest industry I can get into? And it's all the wrong stuff. And you got to sit there and ask yourself, okay, what am I truly passionate about? What do I enjoy doing? And when you feel that way, honestly, you feel like you have never worked a day in your life. It's the most fun thing in the world. You get up in the morning excited about what you're doing. And you got to be really honest with yourself about it. If you wake up in the morning and you're dreading going to work, dude, do something else. Right. Do something else. And those are hard decisions to make. But when you make those decisions, it's a very liberating experience. And you find out that the rewards will come.
I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. You always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that. And that's what I tried to do when I first came in the league. But basketball is such a direct competition sport that me coming in at 17, I hated when my teammates would say, I get hit with an elbow, right? Shaq would hit me with an elbow in practice. And Nick Van Exel would come up and say, are you okay? I'm like, what? Are you okay? What the hell's wrong with you? So I always had that extra chip on my shoulder. So every day in practice for me was really trying to annihilate everybody that I was playing against. Because I wanted to prove you don't need to babysit me. I'm fine, And so it's always that competitive nature, the work ethic, and curiosity. Because I asked a lot of questions. When playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions. about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why?
We were playing against the Lakers, Tom, and we were out here in LA. So the game was at 7. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to the Staples Center because we're playing. This is when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq. Okay, this is like the championship Lakers. So, you know, I'm gonna get there at 3 o'clock. I wanna make sure I make 400 made shots before I go back into the room, and then I sit in the sauna and I get ready for the game. So, you know, get in the car, get to the gym, get there, and as I'm walking onto the court, who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant, already working out. So once I set my foot across that line, I started working out. And so I worked out for a good hour and a half. And when I came off, after I was done, I sat down, and of course I still heard the ball bouncing. I look down, I'm like, this guy's still working out. He was working out for like, it looks like he was in a dead sweat when I got here. Right. And he's still going. And it's not like his moves are nonchalant or lazy. He's doing like game moves, you know? I sit there and I unlace my shoes. I'm like, I want to see how long this goes. So I sit out there and watch 25 minutes. And he got done. I was like, okay, I think I've seen enough. Go play, you know, come back, get in the sauna, get ready for the game. That game, he drops 40 on us, okay? And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand, like, why he works like that. Right. So after the game is over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. And I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8, right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions. Right, now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4, you go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? Relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because you're 5 years behind. Right? So it makes sense to get up and start your day early because you can get more work in. If I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is. Right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you. Mm-hmm. What's important to you for whatever reason. You know, I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. And so the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be.
Absolutely beautiful, you guys. I can't believe it's come to an end. You guys will always be in my heart. And what can I say? Mamba out.
Welcome to the Kobe Show. Take 2.
And a 17-time NBA All-Star, the 3rd highest scorer in NBA history, the 2008 MVP, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 5-time NBA champion, a 6'6" guard from Lower Merion High School, where he won the title in 1996. Number 24, Kobe Bryant.
You came to the arena to watch him. And when you come to watch him, it is rare that he disappointed you. And almost never, if not ever, has he disappointed you in terms of his effort.